Since we saw measurable rain for the Hartford area, we saw some sprinkles this morning, but they were pretty much inconsequential. We have seen 0.45 inches of rain so far for the Hartford area this month, but it's not just October that's been dry. September was dry too. The combination between all of our rain that we saw in September, all the rain we've seen so far in October, 1.1 inches. Meteorological fall runs from September 1st through November 30th. In other words, we could see 3, even 4 inches of rain during the month of November and still end up with a top 5 driest fall for the Hartford area. Records go back to 1905, and that means that the leaves that have been stripped from the trees from the breezy conditions the last couple days are very dry. More fuel for the fires. The foliage report showing most of Connecticut near peak, even some areas past peak in the higher elevations, the shoreline with a little bit of green still mixing in. But again, all of those leaves that came down, adding fuel to the fires that are already burning and making it more difficult to combat any fires that do spark up. We do have a bit of good news tomorrow. As we heard Bryant Reed mention, the wind today played a big role in those flare-ups in Berlin. High pressure building in means less wind tomorrow, so that's some good news. What we were really hoping for here was some rain with this cold front that moves through Saturday morning. However, it will be another dry frontal passage with high pressure rapidly building back in. It does bring about a change in temperature, though. Many of us 50 to 55 for high temperatures on Sunday, even some upper 40s across the northwestern hills of the state. Rainfall deficits growing. The surplus that we had built up, at one point this surplus over 9 inches, all but eliminated by the time we reach the end of this month. Temperatures drop for the rest of the night, bottoming out tonight about 35 to 40 degrees. Here's our ICAM view in New Haven right now. Winds are out of the north-northwest at 12 miles an hour sustained, still shaking around a bit. Winds not quite as strong inland, and the closer that high pressure gets to us, the calmer the winds will become. Our ICAM view in Mystic also showing quiet conditions tonight. Over the last 6 hours, no showers to speak of. This morning, those sprinkles really inconsequential. That moisture associated with Oscar's remnants bringing rain to Nova Scotia well to our east, so it never even came close to us. Tonight will be cooler than last night, seasonably so, about 35 to 40 inland, lower half of the 40s along the shoreline. Great day to do a bit of yard work tomorrow. Get out there and clean up all the leaves that have come off the trees as temperatures climb back in the, say, 60 to 65 degree range across most of Connecticut. Certainly a calmer wind tomorrow, too, so if you're out blowing leaves, they won't be getting blown back at you. On Saturday, Rice takes on Yukon at the Rent. Temperatures for tailgating in the 60s. Plenty of sunshine out there because, again, we're expecting a dry frontal passage. Kickoffs at 3:30 as the game is wrapping up. We'll watch temperatures fall down into the, say, mid-50s, and that's about where we top out on Sunday. Sunday night into Monday, we're down into the 30s. By Monday afternoon, statewide, we're talking highs in the upper 50s, 60 to 65 Tuesday. Wednesday next week, 70 to 75. Thursday, we're going 72 at the shoreline, 77 inland. While records next week inland are in the lower 80s and in the shoreline, mid and upper 70s. We're not forecasting anything quite this warm, but your first alert that this warm weather will likely continue, and it could end up being one of our warmest Halloweens on record. While the record itself is 82, 74 is the second warmest Halloween. We are forecasting above that. Mark Aaron's certainly not going to be a contender for wettest Halloween. We may not see any chances for appreciable rainfall until the first few days of November, if not beyond.